Hello to those who chose Simpow One. Really missed y'all. I haven't done reading in like over a month, but y'all don't see that because whenever I release my videos, I space them out. I set the intention for this pile to find out what energy level you're at right now in your current timeline with the pattern of behaviors, abilities, and the vibration level you're at like right now. As I've upgraded my spiritual abilities, I've also learned that you have to be so freaking specific in your intention. So I'm just letting y'all know that I don't know why. And I have a list of like bunch of random words. Out of all the words, you got the word romantic as your theme. So on the left over here is going to be describing like what you're doing, your energy level, whatever. Over here, these two cards are representing spirit's advice to y'all on how to deal with your energy. The camera literally fell, which I'm not going to take it as a part of your reading, to be honest, because that was like all on me. So interesting because your theme word was romantic and it's not you. Someone coming towards you. Oh, yeah, guys. Okay, okay. Yeah, someone coming towards you that's being represented as this cat. So the person coming towards you in your energy level is first connecting with you energetically, I assume. That's what's coming up in your energy reading. Keep in mind that whenever I do these energy checkup things, I don't always interpret love, okay? So I just don't want you to think like this channel is all about love or something because it's not. The Nine of Sorrow was supposed to represent something feeling shaky, don't know where it's headed or what's coming. I think that's the situation between you two. And then the solitude in reverse, that's supposed to represent what that cat, which is the person coming towards you, don't see coming at all. Your energy, right? You ask for energy checkup. And this is what's coming up. I think that you have mastered certain lessons in your life to be able to attract this new love opportunity, this new romance coming in. If you're on this channel, I only do set the intention for having people on my channel, so you should already have a feeling, have been having dreams, premonitions. You should already know that love is already coming in. Maybe you just don't know who it's from. And this is just further confirmation because you're coming up as a solitude card. So you're what this person definitely does not see coming. And I guess this energy checkup, whenever I gave the last one, it was to like see if every people's chakras were aligned, if certain messages spirit had to let them know that they were refusing to work on or were working on, or finances, or you see this is love or family. In this case, I'm telling you, like how I said in the beginning, you gained a certain clarity. You have a much more mature approach and perspective that you've recently achieved because you've been working so hard on something that has to do with like childhood wounds, unlearning certain patterns of behavior that are toxic that others would deem as unacceptable too. Something I would like to say too is I've used an analogy on this channel where I've used like a black oval egg, and I've used it as in we all have it inside of us, and it's supposed to represent the amount of traumas we have, the toxic patterns that we continue to indulge in each time we work on ourselves or we achieve certain spiritual enlightenment. Many factors can contribute it, but it can shed away at this black oval egg to be very, very small. I don't think we can ever get rid of the black oval egg though, but it's always there. And I think that you have definitely chipped that your black oval egg down to like a medium-ish size compared to the large size it was before. You have reprogrammed your brain, really reassessed your interactions with others around you, the way others interact with you, the concept of relationships. It has made a lasting impact on you. I think this lesson that you have achieved will be attached to you for the rest of your life, as in, like, you have learned this lesson. You won't go back to your old pattern of toxicity, or if it has to do with trauma, this trauma won't stop you from hindering you from doing certain things too. A way trauma can relate. Wow, it's getting me hard for me to talk. There's some people who are agoraphobic. Is that what it's called? Agoraphobia? I believe that's what it's called. And that's whenever someone is just homebound. They are terrified of going outside of their home. And it's because they have to go through their fears. They have to learn, why do I have this fear? Take that time. It takes a lot of time to unlearn that. But once you're over that agoraphobia, whatever your form of agoraphobia is in this example, you have such a new perspective on life. It's a complete 180. Now you're able to go out. Now you're able to talk with other people. You're able to be more open. You're able to be more happy. You have more access to things, just literally is life changing. And because you have done this work, you deserve someone else to cherish and someone else to also cherish you. But I'm getting specifically for you to cherish. I think that you're in a time period now that you have healed. You really want to give. You're open to hearing others out. You're open to suggestions on what to work on yourself. You're also open to letting other people know suggestions. It just feels like there's such a beautiful balance in you that you want to share with a partner, and they're coming, but you already know that. But this cat does not see you coming at all. At first I was relating this to romance, but I'm going to go about it like a different way too. Could be romance. This could definitely be you welcoming a child in your life. Let's say you pregnant and you're trying your best throughout the 9 months to work on yourself and be the best version of you for whoever is about to come out of you, or whoever's about to come into your life if you're a male. You're ready. You're so ready to have this kid. Like, I want to cry, but I have no idea what motherhood feels like, what it's like to raise a child, but I know what it's like to raise my siblings. It's a pain in the ass like 70% of the time, but the other 30% of the time, seeing them play sports, seeing them be happy, laugh, even having to sometimes get after them, having to put them in their place, buying them stuff that can make them happy, that could just simply be a meal, that could be clothes. It's just a certain type of love that you cannot get from anyone. A love of raising someone, and let alone that being your freaking offspring. It's probably an entirely different type of love than what I can relate to. But this is so gorgeous what is coming towards you, because I'm seeing like a childlike energy. I'm saying childish, it isn't bad. Like, I'm not trying to use it bad. Coming towards you. Honestly, now I'm getting like it's a child. Like, it's someone that you're going to be in their life, like a stable person in their life for the rest of their life, and be there to raise them. And I know it says romantic, but it's so unconditional. In a sense, you can say like the love a mother has with their child, if the mother is healthy, is a romantic bond, but it's because it's unconditional. That sense of romance, we in society can tend to sexualize the word romance, and now I'm getting like romance is more than just sexual energy, more than just the projections that society have put on it. It's so gorgeous, it's so beautiful, unconditional. This is true, true love. You're going to be receiving true divine love soon, and you already know and you're prepared for it. You are vibrationally aligned to whoever this child is. If this is romance, you are attracting someone. I feel like, if anything, you know who this person is, but they have no idea who you are, or like they have no idea you would ever be interested in them. You don't realize how much romantic attraction, romantic gestures will grow out of this connection with this person. Because let's say spirit is telling you you're going to be with someone that's like 10 years older, 8 years younger, and then you're just like, that's weird. Like, you might have societal preconceptions, but once you overcome those preconceptions, you're able to do that by spending more time with this person, really loving this person for who they are, both either with a child or with a person coming in. The way your bond is going to build with this person is by unconditional love, loving them no matter what flaws. So my point is, even if this is romance, this is not going to start off romantic. Y'all are not about to like have sex like for the next like 3 months, or like y'all are not gonna think that y'all are marriage material. This is a very slow, strong build that will last the test of times, but you're confused right now on like how am I gonna tolerate this person? Let's say maybe you might think that this person is either too immature for you or too mature for you. I just think that in your perspective, you assume that y'all are not vibrationally aligned, definitely. But Spirit is saying, what's so wrong about y'all not vibrationally matching right now? Why not still be in their lives? Why not contribute to their growth? Why not have them, if they're too mature for you, why not have them contribute to your growth? It's only gonna grow y'all stronger. A lot of like tarot readers give the advice of if it's meant to be, it'll be. Let it go. If it's meant to be for you, it'll come back. And I feel like that's the way you're seeing it with this connection with this person that you're meant to be with, or that you're going to be in the next romantic relationship with. But Spirit's telling you that that is definitely not the approach at all to approach this, and you're meant to gradually build a connection with this person, even if it takes years, months, and you're going to slowly start seeing, if anything, this person will probably see the potential in y'all's connection sooner than you, like as in the romance part. I think it's going to take you a long time. Definitely come up as earth energy, honestly. Earth and water. Last thing I'm gonna say with these two combo is just expect that to go through this person even when they're at their high, even whenever they're at their lows. And in a sense, that's how true love is built. You can't expect to have all these sparks, have butterflies in your stomach, and then immediately start a relationship with them. Like, you never really got to know that person. That person never really got to know you. Let's say if they have cheating tendencies, you didn't know that because you didn't give yourself the time to get to know this person. Or let's say you have a tendency to avoid and run away from problems. They didn't know this too. And now they're just stuck in the relationship. Now it's going to be a karmic cycle. By you slowly introducing yourself and them to them slowly introducing themselves in your life, that's going to help avoid the situation turning into a bad karmic situation. You want this to be a good karmic relationship, okay? Either way, karmic, it's good or bad, that even if it is a healthy relationship, there can be, let's say, like bad karma, as in, let's say you both are sleeping next to each other and you're mad at this person, so you kind of play it off whenever y'all are asleep. Like you just slap them, and then they go up and they're like, wait, what? Like, why'd you slap me? But you pretend to be asleep. Like, in a way, you're going to get karma for that. I don't know why I'm getting specifically to say that, but no one's perfect, okay? It's best to come to each other when you know that you're ready and you're mature enough to handle this person, or this person is really mature enough to handle you. Like, it's all up to you when this romance starts. But I'm just letting you know that this person is going to start gaining romantic attraction, romantic feelings for you sooner than you, like way sooner to be. Way sooner, I mean, if it takes you 10 years to realize it, it's going to take this person 6 to 7 years to realize it. Yeah, so the Nine of Sorrow, that's a Nine of Swords, is supposed to represent, once again, shaky, don't know where it's headed or what's coming. It's y'all simply trusting in the universe, both of you. And that's y'all's test in a sense. It's a testament of how strong y'all's connection is. Are y'all going to last the test of times? And I think y'all can if y'all healthily handle yourselves first, really work on yourselves first. Once again, you're supposed to have a very hands off approach with this connection. It's going to take a long time for this to build up. What if this person gets into a relationship next year and they seem so happy, it seems so amazing, and you're still in their life and you know that eventually you are going to be together? That just, it feels kind of odd knowing that. Like, you don't want to self sabotage. With the Nine of Sorrow, do not tempt this person. Do not be toxic. Do not try to flirt with them whenever they're like, like, come on now. Like, if anything, if you know you're like that, avoid them. The same thing with this person. Let's say this person sees you in a relationship and then they're suddenly like, why am I so jealous? Why am I this? This person has to be mature enough to be hands off. Now, over here is the advice that you're meant to follow that Spirit's giving you on how to better your energy levels. Spirit's just saying it's time. I'm going to start off with the baby analogy. If you're going to have a newborn come into your life, if you're about to adopt a child, if you're about to suddenly start raising your brother or sister, just know that you are ready. You are competent enough to be their guardian, to be their parent. Don't succumb to worry. You need to enjoy and cherish the moments that you have with this child. You don't want to think back to you're always constantly worried about them when you could have just like half of the time, instead of just worrying, you could have just been happy and content. Why not just have that be your baseline? Be happy and content. Be grateful and blessed that they're in your life, that y'all are together, instead of constantly worrying like, is this little kid gonna get kidnapped? Is this kid going to die from the sickness? You don't have to go to extremes. But at the same time, that's a lesson you have to learn with unconditional love. You have to really have unconditional love with the divine too. I think that with the transformation in reverse, you already have unconditional love with the divine. So now you need to channel this same concept, the same way of handling this connection with divine also with this child. Have trust in this child. This child also has to go through trials and tribulations, have them deal with it on their own, but always let them know that you're always going to be there by their side, no matter what kind of fuck up they do. And just trust that they're going to turn out to a beautiful, gorgeous soul. Leave them room to venture off. They're a teen, like, let them go out of parties, okay? You'd rather know that they're out in a party than for them to sneak out. Don't inhibit them and just trust that they'll be safe. Trust their judgment. If they show to you that they're not meant to be trusted with that kind of discernment, that kind of judgment, instead of getting angry at them, I mean, obviously you need to give consequences, maybe like take away their phone or something, but try to help them understand why that's wrong. Help them understand like the adult perspective, especially if you're a mother. I feel weird like giving you advice because I'm just relating to this because I have teenage siblings, but there's some things that like teenagers just do not understand, especially nowadays. One of them is how adult relationships are supposed to be with children, like with minors. A lot of time they don't understand that predatory behavior can easily be swept underneath the rug because they think it's okay. They don't understand how there's supposed to be a boundary. An example I would like to give, I guess, with whatever happened with one of my siblings was there's a teacher who other students see them flirting with the other students, right? And when they went to a gym, students was also working out at the gym. So the students like went up to the teacher and were like, "Oh, hi!" And like they posted a picture on social media. The teacher and the teacher was like, I don't know what he was doing in the picture, but I was letting my sibling know that that's not okay, and that from an adult perspective, like it looks wrong. Little details like that. Also, whenever I was in high school, I had a friend from freshman year was dating a grown man, and we thought that it was okay because it's like, well, I mean, how different are we from adults? Like that's how we would see it. But as now I'm an adult, we're so different. We are so immature. Our lifestyles are so completely different. That was very wrong and predatory for us to even not even be able to see. That just shows our level of immaturity during that time. But overall, my point is like you're supposed to explain to them why it's wrong instead of just getting mad at them, because they're not going to understand. Well, my mom, my guardian does not understand that I'm grown, that I'm this. Like they think that they're grown, they think that they know everything, they actually don't. Okay, so just good luck to that. Literally just refrain. They're not even saying please anymore from corporal punishment. If you don't know what that means like spanking them or slapping them, whatever type of physical abuse, because it's physical abuse. And there's always a way around corporal punishment. Every single child's personality is different. The way you're going to deal with it is different. If you had taken away a book from me when I was a kid, I would have literally been like crying, been in agony. If you had taken a book away from my sister whenever we were little kids, she wouldn't have gave a single F. The last message for if this is a child that you are going to be looking after is you need to help guide this child and helping them realize the difference between spiritual gifts or straight up you're just acting up or you're just making it up. Like it's all fiction is fiction. Oh, it's all fantasy. Okay, so I said that, but the first example that was coming in my head was, let's say this child is losing sleep. They are just really sad. They're very overwhelmed. They feel bogged down in life. They feel a lack of passion, but you're not asking why. Like, they're not telling you the truth. Don't be surprised if it has to do with a spiritual gift that they don't know how to properly harness, and don't let it go on for too long because the consequences can be very detrimental. The spiritual gift can be like being too empathetic, feeling too much things in the room. They could read minds. Oh, yeah, there you go, telepathy. It's becoming too overwhelming. They're thinking that they're losing their mind, that it's fake when it's actually just telepathy. If you start seeing negative behaviors or thoughts that are coming from your child, you should try to suggest things in a way where it's like, is this because of a psychic gift? Or if this person is claiming to be psychic or having a psychic ability, odds are I think that you need to watch out for them faking it, or they're trying to feel like more special than they actually aren't. Or it could be, let's say, ego tripping, where they actually do have a psychic gift, but they go off and they think that they're the shit and like no one can stop them. If this is romance, it's time. It's now. It's time. It's now. The power is in your hands to be able to change the title of this connection. So it could be from stranger to an acquaintance to a friend to now we're kind of interested in each other. Now it's kind of confusing. And then to like dating, you have the power in your hands. This is definitely a stranger to all the power in your hands to start building a bond with this person, to start talking, to start being approachable. I could picture you not wanting to do it, but with the transformation in reverse, you're so in tune with spirit and you know you have to do it, you'll just do it. Like I don't think you give a single F about doing it. It's just simply you being stubborn. That's the only thing that's stopping you, which it's not going to stop you with the same reverse. Then over here with the six of compromise, it's time for you to help this person realize that even if you've been dealt a bad hand, you can always make it a good one. You're going to teach this person just by you, literally just being you, how to be either resourceful, grateful for life, and how to have positive mindset. I think this person might struggle, let's say, with either mental health, with being too pessimistic, allowing themselves to indulge in toxic patterns or behaviors that they know that are toxic, but they still do it. Like they don't bother wanting to change. And I think you're going to be surprised how willing and open this person is going to be to change without you telling them. Like you're going to see it on their own through their actions. You know how whenever people say, okay, well, I'm a female, so you know a man is ready for you to be in a relationship for you and actually wants to commit to you. They take off all their exes on their social media. If they were following like Instagram thoughts, they unfollow all of them. They just do what needs to be done, or they cut off sneaky links to show up for you and be ready for you. Like you're going to be surprised this person actually does that. But on top of that, like I think you're going to be surprised how much this person respects you. I just feel like you expect the bare minimum out of this person because I don't think you really know him. Maybe you're having like a guard up too where it's like, well, I'll leave room for error, a huge room for error. I'll just have this little positive hope that this will turn out great, but it actually turns out amazing. I think you're just going to be very, very surprised, and I think you're going to be grateful once you take action because over here, it's you realizing that even though I was seeing, I just don't think that y'all are societally conventional. It could simply be you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, and they're physically not appealing. It could be that too. It could be an age difference, it could be a cultural difference, it could be a status difference, whatever it is. Y'all are just not meant to come together societally. That's how everyone else sees it. But you two have such a special and unique bond that is only going to grow fucking stronger as the weeks go by, even if y'all are in no contact for months, y'all are still energetically growing y'all's bond stronger and stronger and stronger. Let's say if y'all end up indulging in other options. It's y'all realizing, no, like I'm learning a lesson. I'm getting ready to be a better version of myself in my next relationship. Okay, no, no, this is not meant to be. Okay. So I'm meant to be in the better version. And y'all keep on learning and learning until y'all are meant to be together. Like it just seems so gorgeous and beautiful. But yeah, you just definitely are energetically, you have the reins to take control of this connection wherever it goes. It all starts with you. It all starts with you to start the conversation, to want to get to know this person. This person just literally a mirror. They're literally just gonna mirror you back. So yeah, that's all I had for you, Power One. Very long reading. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Good luck to whatever great things are about to come in. Bye. Hello to those who chose Paul too. I basically asked, where is your energy level at based off of the person you are right now? Really setting the intention in there, rubbing it in there. And over here is going to be telling you about all that. Now, these two cards over here on the side is Spirit's advice on how to elevate your energy. And I was getting specifically the 10 is a distraction. With literally every single pile, I chose intuitively a word from a long ass list of words, and I got specifically just for you. They told me to tell you that you don't deserve a word. So, I'm laughing because it is funny. It is funny, but like we'll find out. Why did they want me to say that to you? I did not even have to even mention that to you. When I was shuffling your cards, I was channeling that song. Oh my gosh, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm really getting that with up here with the Majesty card. So sorry to deliver you this bad news, but you need to be told. Your spiritual barriers have a lot of holes, or it's just straight up almost like gone. I'm not getting that you have none. So I don't know if you are about to come into alignment with this message or if you are in alignment. I don't know if you have experienced a spiritual attack. I was in such a great energy right now, especially with that song. What Spirit did was, I think, comparing my vibration to yours, I'm not trying to rub it into your face at all. So, with the oh my gosh, it's such a freaking hype song, I'm just like, whoa, 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 I'm really happy, I'm just enjoying myself. Then I look over here at the Majesty card. Spirit's trying to tell me there's been times where I'm not perfect, and I've also experienced psychic attacks too. You're experiencing physical symptoms in this reality of it. During those times when I was experiencing it, I felt very groggy. I felt brain fog. I know brain fog is such a simple word, but it literally is so detrimental to like your whole routine, your livelihood. I was so easy to negative emotions. The last thing I wanted to do was meditate and get in tune with my ancestors, with my spirit guides, with the deities I work with. That was the last thing I wanted to do. And I didn't know why I felt so easy to be pompous. I didn't feel easy to be pompous. Maybe you are. Maybe you're going to experience this where you feel very egotistic, but I'm letting you know this is a sign that it isn't because you're doing great, you're really feeling yourself, you're really setting your boundaries. No, it's a sign that you need help, and I think that you need to understand that these negative symptoms that come from you having a really like your shields are broken, they're hurt. You're experiencing psychic attacks right now, to be honest. You need to understand when you feel these physical symptoms that you need to check up on yourself. And I think it's a matter of, are you going to check up on yourself? Are you going to do the healing to fix your shields, to find out who did it? Are you going to do something about it? Is it even in your right to do something about it? But basically, with the Majesty card, I think it's there for me to look at whenever I'm about to get tired doing your reading because I'm going to be feeling the energetic level you're at right now. Just know we all have our ups and downs. I think right now you're having a definite down in your life. If you don't realize why are things going wrong for me in life, why is everyone being so resentful towards me, why do I have all these haters? Why feeling the need to be so bitter towards people? It's because you have that tendency whenever or things are not going good for you spiritually. So with the intuition in reverse, your intuition is being hijacked. I did say psychic attack, but I'm getting like People who can channel spirits, can channel a message that they want to tell a loved one in this physical reality. I'm getting that you have this tendency. I don't know if you realize it though. Since you're a conduit, you're being a conduit since your shields are broken, right? For bad entities. I didn't want to say possession because I don't think they care about your physical body, though. They don't care about your energy level. They just want to do what needs to be done in their goal in mind. What I mean by that is if they find it comical, you to literally ruin your relationship with your best friend, they'll once in a while step into your body and then just do that. They don't care if you get tired from it. They don't care if you get sick from it. They don't care about the outcome of y'all two's connection. It's just funny. Really need to educate yourself on psychic attacks. I feel very bad for you though, because this is going to be a very hard process of not only building up your barriers, but also getting rid of these entities. I would say to call upon your ancestors for help. If you are not in tune like that with spirit, to even be able to see them, to connect with them, to feel them in your heart, to even have that discernment, I would say that you need to invest in, let's say, crystals, and you need to program crystals to cleanse evil entities from your space. I think the first thing to do, to be honest, is you need help cleansing these evil entities because they're the cause. What's the point of rebuilding your shields when they're literally energetically linked to your body? There's going to be no point in those shields. You need to cleanse them from your space. You can get crystals. You get like a little bruja thing done on you where they cleanse you of it. You can do there's a limpia, and it's called that in Spanish, in Mexican culture, where they do the egg cleanse on you. Just you literally need to start doing the most to cleanse yourself spiritually. I have not done the other piles, but I'm getting from all the other piles, I can definitely see how, if in your pile, you being the most skeptical of spiritual stuff, like, does this actually work? Do limpias actually work? Does witchcraft actually work? Well, you can believe that it doesn't for all this time, but you're gonna be in this negative, stuck, miserable energy because you're a conduit. And I think that's your special talent, but sadly, it's being harnessed negatively by evil entities that want to take advantage of you. I don't want to say evil, but they don't got the best intentions for you. They're taking advantage of you. Okay, you need to really take charge of your life, of your energetic field. Set boundaries there. If anything, you're being pompous and showing arrogance, having these attitudes towards people in this physical reality when you should be having this attitude, if anything, in the spiritual realm. You need to set your dominance there, man. I'm sorry, you gotta get it together a bit, but I can definitely see how you're a little lost. With the intuition reverse, I'm also getting that because you're not energetically aligned, I'm not surprised if your chakras are blocked. You got some stuff to do, specifically your heart. The solar plexus and the sacral, like those are just not it, not aligned. Not surprised if you're having like gut issues or health issues that are related to those things. You have to look them up to those chakras. And then the last message I'm gonna get from that card. There's a person I know. Recently, I personally experienced a realization into my abilities, not so much a spiritual upgrade. It was just, I did not really realize how psychic I was. So I was testing it out with this person, and I made a correct prediction about their future. It was basically that they were honestly going to be kind of like you, and that they were going to start going on an ego trip. It's going to be very, very, very difficult for them to get out of it. And I don't know why, but I just feel like this person would definitely choose this pile. But I'm just letting you know that even though I did that reading for that person is not so much spiritually competent, but they're learning in their spirituality. They're definitely open to spirit suggestions. And I'm just letting you know that this can happen to anyone. You don't have to go through it alone. That's my point. I think maybe you should talk with someone who believes in this kind of stuff. I can picture you thinking that this stuff is superstitious. Have them help you, guide you throughout questions you have, any doubts you have. because I think that will significantly help. Also, educating yourself. The issue about educating yourself is what material you're going to educate yourself with. I know TikTok is popular right now, but there's so much misinformation literally on just like tarot readings itself, let alone probably on a bunch of like spiritual practices, manifestation work. Just good luck on developing your discernment on that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I was meant to channel that situation. So this cute little cat in reverse is representing all the traumas and baggages that you have now, but they're like saying it's your fault. So an example, I used to be like a little rescuer. I love to fix people. I spent so much energy on trying to help heal people and stuff. Come to realize, that I was taking on what they should have been responsible for. An example, I was on the phone with, at the time, someone I considered a best friend of mine, and I knew she was going through suicidal ideation. I was talking her once again out of killing herself, and she she did it. She went through with it, and I had to call the police and where she was at, and she ended up getting like revived right at the hospital. But I had to literally take it that far to learn that lesson of you can't save people who don't want to be saved. That was such a hard lesson for me to learn, but at the same time, how many other situations that spirit send my way to try to help me realize that when I was being stubborn and I refused to learn it. And I think I'm giving you that warning because yes, you may have had traumas. I'm not saying you've had like a perfect life, but you have taken on so many other people's traumas. And I think that's an example of the conduit. If you were like me, like a fixer, and I use that example, that could be an example of like you taking on other people's baggages and even other people's fate, because in a sense I had her fate on the line and it was up to me. I don't need that. I didn't need to put myself in that circumstance. I really did not. With you, it could be that if you're not like that, that over here, how I told you, like little entities are coming in you using your body. It's like these traumas and baggages that they have, they leave a residue on you. They leave a mark in a sense, like could even be on your soul. And now you have to heal from those. So, you know how people say past lives trauma? In a way, it can relate to that because it's someone other, another person and entity's trauma that you have to overcome, that you have to endure, that you have to heal from, all because they left an energetic mark on you. But in a sense, you didn't have to go through all that. You didn't have to heal. And what I'm getting is like, let's say an evil entity, they murdered someone, but they never told anyone in their lifetime. So now, whenever they enter you in and out, in and out, and they want to cause all this malevolent stuff happening in your life, you end up getting rid of them. But now you have to heal. And a way for you to heal, and let's say even the only way to heal your barriers is by healing the baggages that these evil entities have left. So, you know how I said this person murdered someone? You have to literally go into meditation and experience that person literally murdering that person. What happened? What did they do after? Hold that in your heart and really, it's just fucked up. It's fucked up stuff that you did not have to experience in the first place because you have to learn it the hard way. Like how I had to learn the hard way. I couldn't help everyone else. You have to learn the hard way that you have to spiritually protect yourself because you're special, because you're gifted, because you're a conduit. And it's just a hard lesson of reality. And spirit's also letting me know that the issue with you is that you do the most. And what that could be, how I was getting a really egoistic attitude with you, just self-centered. Like you do the most and like only thinking about yourself, you're really selfish. Or how I told you, let's say if you're a fixer, a way I can relate this to a person. So let's say a person, right? A person is very selfish, they're cocky, they're arrogant, they're rude, except towards the people that they like. But the people that they like are damaged, they're hurt, and they always try their best to help them, to save them, to be a fixer. that could be you. Because I can see how someone can say that I'm being a hypocrite, but there's always like a gray area. So I already told you where your energy's at, what you need to work on, what you have coming for you whenever it comes to this healing of this trauma, and with the cuddles, cute, adorable cat. Is you gonna do it or not? It's all up to you to take action. It really is. Take action on the inner work. I feel like you're the type of person that does not struggle at all taking action in this physical reality, but whenever it comes to working on yourself, to tapping into yourself energetically, to even connecting with your ancestors, that you have a difficult time, or at least at this time in life, you don't want to do it. You don't like doing it. It's a hassle, it's a struggle. No one else is going to do it for you. I'm sorry. Let's say if you're living with someone, you don't help pay for the rent, you don't help out with chores, you're just always stuck in your room, you have no goals or ambition. Who's going to help you out of it? No one, because that person who's letting you do that is going to continue enabling you. Don't end up like another statistic. Be the exception. Be the exception to yourself. Do what's out of the norm for you. Do what makes you uncomfortable. Put yourself in situations until you're comfortable with the situation, and then once you start being comfortable in what used to make you uncomfortable, you're going to realize that I was immature. I did not understand. Now I understand. Now I see things from a higher perspective. You need to push yourself to your limit. And if you used to be like a former athlete, or if you still are an athlete, you know that animalistic like style you just tap into where you just go all out. It's like that. Like tap into that, but with your passions. Something more than just this energetic situation. It's a way of living, a lifestyle that you have to grow out of. But are you willing to do it? Are you going to do it? Are you going to listen to this reading and do it? I wish nothing but the best for you, okay? Like, I really hope that you get out of this. So, especially with that little cute blue cat, do what needs to be done. Stop trying to protect your ego. Stop trying to protect your own sense of sovereignty. You need to question your own sense of sovereignty. Question how in control is my ego of my life, of my perspective. Because I think that you'd be surprised how immature you are and how much work that you need to be done. You kind of reminded me of, with last reading I was talking about kids, of a teen who thinks that they know it all when they don't. They don't know shit until like they reach the real world. To you, the real world could be the spiritual world. You think that you know everything about the spiritual, you don't. Okay, so now moving on over here to spirit's advice. The 10 is a distraction. Okay, so great news, yay! I'm clapping, I don't know if you can hear it. I know I kind of ended this section off with like, all right, is you going to do something about it, But I think you are going to do something about it. This is you allowing a build up, motivation to do it, to do something, take back control of your life, especially in the spiritual and in the physical realm, where I think it's mainly the spiritual and what you need to work on yourself, to be honest. But you breaking out of preconceived notions, you watching video, I mean specifically you watching motivational videos, or let's say like TED Talks on certain subjects. At least in America, we use the DSM-5 for psychiatric disorders, to be able to get diagnosed. Even though you don't have to meet all the requirements right now to be diagnosed with something, at the end of the day, a mental disorder is diagnosed whenever it's affecting like your relationships, your inner health, your physical health, your own livelihood. It's affecting like your career. It's affecting you being able to just make decent decisions. That's whenever a disorder is diagnosed. But honestly, people can meet all that criteria, but yet still have a stable life. But they're not diagnosed with it. But my thing is like you still have that disorder, you still have that tendency to go towards it, but you have never been diagnosed with it. And I think that you might find a lot of healing. Well, you don't have to read it all if you're not interested, but like look up the tendencies you have and how they correlate to a certain disorder. It's because it'll help you answer a lot of questions. I think you're at a point where everyone should see a therapist, okay? Like, a therapist will help with literally anything. Even if you're doing great in life, there's always things that you need to improve on or work on or unlearn. I just think that you can do a bunch of self healing and on your own, and self realizing on your own by just being open to that awareness of I'm prone to being like this disorder. So therefore, I need to do something about it. You can look up the type of therapies that these disorders tend to work positively with and try to emulate that in your life. Try to, oh wow, this is such an amazing reading. I'm getting like goosebumps like all over my face with the wild card. You know how I told you don't be another statistic, like you're supposed to be the exception. You are that. You are questioning your values, questioning the person you are, questioning what you want to do in life. And I see for the future for you in the near future that you're going to take like spirit by hand and allow them to guide you to blessings that you didn't even know existed, manifestation methods that you didn't know that worked for you, be open to gifts that you didn't even know you had. It could be even physical or the spiritual gifts. It doesn't, probably even both, y'all. This is you really opening up to your potential. You're just simply seeing your potential. It's not even you working to get to your potential. And that in itself is changing your physical reality. Could even be your spiritual reality too. But I don't know why I'm getting goosebumps. Like, don't even be surprised in the next few months if you like move to a different country, if you move to a different state, if you move out of wherever you're at, if you change up your whole friend group, if you change up your hairstyle, you change up your team, like what, it's a drastic change. And then your career, like you being offered so many career opportunities in different fields that you had no idea that you would ever even want to enter into in your life, but you actually love, you actually enjoy it. This is you truly living in alignment with spirit, God. Oh my God, you have so much freaking blessings coming for you because you're willing to do the work, you're willing to listen to spirit, you're willing to be open. You like, this intuition is in reverse, it's going to be turned back around. Good fucking job for you. I'm so freaking proud of you. But at the same time, maybe you're so open, maybe because you know you have this tendency to have spiritual attacks on you, let's say, but you have learned before to also be resilient from it. Or let's say if you are a super spiritual being, it's just simply, let's say someone passed away and you're allowing yourself to feel, really be in those negative emotions. You could have experienced something in the external where, or like a breakup, a divorce, where you're allowed to have that time to process and feel what you need to feel. But this is a wake up call for right now. You're already done healing. You've done feeling those emotions that you've needed to process and feel. Now it's your time to heal, but you are going to heal. It could also be like that, y'all. Wow. This was such a beautiful reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to be able to access your energy and to see this beautiful rewards, multiple rewards you're going to receive. I wish nothing but the best for you, Paul, too. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye. Hello to those who chose Pal 3. So over here is about your energy level, where you're currently at in this timeline, right? And these two different sections are going to be talking about spirit's advice on how to elevate your energy. I will be moving those in the frame later because like the light is just not doing it with my little camera. So let's just get started over here with these four cards. Just other precedents, right? Over here, this change card on the side. Spirit told me that that card would represent the best outcome. And I'm channeling that you have a surprise coming your way. You are spiritually and energetically blessed by the gods, by God, by Allah, whatever you believe in. You are definitely highly favored by whoever you worship or the deities that you worship. And this in turn also reflects in your physical reality. I think you have a lot of favorable outcomes because you were very much liked socially. You don't even really have to try, just people naturally gravitate towards you. They naturally like you, they naturally see the best in you, even if you've done something bad. I think you have a lot of good luck. You make a lot of bad opportunities for others and you turn it into wealth, you turn it into success. Just definitely sounding like you have the Midas touch, but it's because we're so in alignment with your path, with your soul. You're so connected with your soul and with yourself. It just feels like nothing can stop you. and you know that, but it's not just because of you. You have like a selfless way of realizing that your power is because of literally every single person that has shaped you for good or for worse. Every bad entity or good entity you've had in contact or that you still have in your life, it's for good and for worse. You are just so in tune with the plan. Not even surprised if you can tap into like the Akashic record or into your past lives. You are someone who is definitely very highly evolved soul, very spiritually aware. Just your spiritual knowledge is, if there was like a meter to measure it, you'd break the meter. It's insane. But I feel like whatever age you're at, you're taking it step by step. What I mean by that is, if you're an older person watching this, you have so much freaking wisdom. You've always known that you've always had access to this wisdom. So let's say right now, like if you're young, you know you have access to it, but you can't handle it. So you have to take it in chunks, very, very slow. You're just taking your time with it. You're very patient with yourself. You're patient with spirit. You're patient with learning. Okay, this is what I have to learn. It's like with every lesson you learn in this physical reality comes a reward, right? I'm getting you have a lot of fiscal abundance that you have right now, or you have a lot of it waiting for you. So much. You have so much good karma waiting for you with that specifically. The point is, your energy is like unstoppable. I keep on getting that. Try your best to take the highest and the best approach to things, and if you don't, it's okay because Spirit loves you so freaking much. Your ancestors love you, dude. You're the deities that you were. God, Jesus loves you so unconditionally, and you love them the same way back. That you're so easily forgiven for your wrongdoings, but it's because of the person you are. It's because you don't go at things at a malevolent way. You don't wish ill on people. You have such a high mind. You're just stunning. You're gorgeous. You are beautiful. You are ethereal. Pal 2. I mean, Pal 3. My bad. Sorry. Pal 3. Now I'm getting to channel the words. So I have a big list of a bunch of words, and I intuitively chose 3 of them. You got the most. So you got non binary, you're meant for me, and then you got didn't have to roast me like that. So yeah, what you have coming your way energetic. Okay, first off, your shields are on point. Your energetic protection is on point. Your connection with every single positive, like spiritual being and physical being is just on point. Even if you're supposed to learn a negative karmic lesson from it, it's just on point because you understand this is a negative lesson I have to learn, and how do I transmute this to the better? You have something coming your way. You always have something coming your way. You already know it's the ebb and flow of life. With the non binary, whatever's going to come your way, you're meant to take a different approach towards it than what you normally do. Whenever a surprise is presented to you about anything, you're very cautious. You weigh out the pros and cons of it. You wait, and then you pounce on it. You're meant to take an entirely different approach there with the creator card. That's the King of Wands card. I think you're very used to being methodical, patient, taking your time, just change it up. You're meant to tap into a side of yourself dominance. Like, I'm going to pounce on this opportunity and every single opportunity that presents about it. An example I will give is, let's say in career, you're so used to planting your seeds and waiting for them to flourish until your boss finally considers you. You want them to come to their conclusion on their own that you deserve their promotion. You've set seeds in motion to where you know you're going to get it. No, this time you're meant to achieve this goal. Like, let's say this surprise coming towards you is an idea. You're meant to achieve this goal by boldly asking, going up to the boss and being like, well, I feel like I deserve the raise, honestly, sir. I know everyone else is qualified for their position, but I feel like I overcompensate with my abilities. I think that I have this and this skill. I think that I can do this and this for you. I think I can. You're meant to throw yourself out there, promote yourself, and cause a ruckus, is what I'm getting. I think you're so used to laying low, letting things happen, but you're meant to really take action and be bold, be different than what other people expect of you. And I feel like this is not going to be hard for you to do because I think you are like this. I think you're such a balanced person that you have tapped into the side of you before, but you're meant to do it now. Maybe you're used to going in phases in life where in these past few years I've been patient, but then now in this next few years you're meant to be, go getter. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to just randomly dance on the dance floor even whenever no one's dancing. Be bold. Spirits warning you if they didn't have to roast me like that, that you have an abandonment wound that could possibly sour your ability to really tap into this King of Wands energy. It's not so much a confidence thing, it's if I throw myself out there, will this person fire me? Will this person reject me? Am I even worthy enough to even be asking of this? I just feel like the typical human emotions you feel whenever you have doubt, whenever it comes to taking action, you're just experiencing it, but you're only human, you know? You don't have to be so hard on yourself. And just spirits telling you that it's okay to question yourself, but that shouldn't stop you from doing it, you know? It's okay to feel human emotions, human doubt, negative emotions that humans feel, but you need to allow yourself to process it and then but still do it. You know, don't let it stop you. Don't let it hinder you, which honestly, I feel like you're very high-minded. I don't think it will. This is just simply another lesson you have to learn. Honestly, I think you're gonna be successful, especially with the transformation and the change, because you're aligned with the best outcome. You're always aligned with the best outcome because you're so high-minded, you're so intelligent, and you're just so wise. I feel like people could assume that you're an old soul. What I think, and I'm pretty sure what you think too, is just you've learned from life. You were not born into this life with like maturity, a sense of high knowing, a higher calling. You're what every human should strive to be. And I can picture a lot of humans on this earth putting you on a pedestal, not even knowing how you even do the things you can even do, how you can even overcome the things that you've overcame. But it's like, if I can do it, you can do it. Anyone can. I'm really getting like a Buddha sense from you, honestly. I mean, a Buddha vibe. You want to know what example I'm getting? So there's Mahatma Gandhi, and he's like really, really revered in the spiritual community because honestly, he's done so many great things for India. He helped give voice and power to Indian citizens. If you even look up the history of like what India's been through and like what literally Britain did and then they colonized them, and it's just a mess. Like it's just so selfish, and really helped advocate on behalf of the Indian citizens. I believe he was Buddhist. I don't want to spread information, but he did so many amazing things, and a lot of people contribute him to being an amazing spiritual leader and a great example of what a human should be. But if you actually look into his history, I don't like him. And I don't like him because he was predatory. He took advantage of women. He would basically have little girls up into like other women, to other grown women too. He would sleep with them. It was so perverted. He perversed their perspective on sex and just to make it okay for him to do whatever he was doing to them. And look, you have to look it up because it's even worse than what I'm telling you right now. But I feel like I'm bringing that up for a reason. And I just feel like with the King of Wands energies, it reminded me of him. And he was this great leader, but he had all these dark secrets. And even now, a lot of people don't even know that he did those bad things, don't even know of the other bad things that he's done because they revere him. They see him as that idealistic image instead of for the human he is. I meant to say that because no one's perfect. And I think you know that. And I think you are scared of others having an idealistic view of you because you don't want others to view you as you're kind of more than human. You're just this god or you're this goddess, and you're not, and you know you're not, but you have to take on the responsibility of having this idealized version of you being portrayed out to everybody. But it's like a great positive. You have the tendency of having a great person, a great reputation. Sorry, I keep on stuttering. And that's okay. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay to be in the limelight. Because at least you won't take advantage of it like how other people would. You're of high mind, you're of spirit, you're such a beautiful soul. Let other people cherish that, let other people be enveloped in that, and have those that are meant to be in your life, meant to be close to you, really see you for like who you are, and actually see that you actually are human, that you actually do have human struggles, you know? I'm not even surprised if you're like of high position in society, or like an influencer that's really famous, or just if you're a famous person, or if you're meant to have fame. Basically, you're just going to be having a shitload of opportunities coming towards you, but you always have been. But now it's different because you have to take a different approach to it. You know how I told you that your abandonment issues could stop you? That's what's stopping you from helping you be okay with being like a famous figure, or being okay with others seeing you in such a great image instead of seeing you for being human. And with this imagination card, you have to work through some childhood memories, some childhood wounds, because your abandonment issues that is causing this is what could possibly hinder these surprises coming towards you. But I feel like you're going to work through it. But I'm just letting you know to be some more self-aware that you have to look back in your childhood, because there's something there that you have to acknowledge and heal from, and forgive and let go. It was just a matter of you realizing this. You know how there's like an etiology to everything? It was a matter of you realizing the etiology, but luckily you came to this big card reading, so I can just let you know. So it'll be way easier for you. So yeah, really interesting. Now we're going to go on to Spirit's advice for you. I'm getting that song like Wiggle It by what's his name? It's like all the pretty girls can go and do. Wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it. I forgot what the art. Safari. Whatever, I give up. Well, I'm just gonna say in my spiritual journey, I've found that I naturally cycle through deities. I don't choose to though. Like it's my time is done with them, and then now the main one is back, and it's a different one, and then my time's over with them, and then another main one is there. But I can always tap into with the other deities. But I'm getting for you, in this cycle, this is a deity that is a male presenting, or very much, represents masculine attributes that's watching over you. This could be Jesus or Allah. I'm just saying, for that sake, if it's just a deity, I'm getting to say this person loves the fuck out of you. They cherish you. They are so devoted to you, just like how you're just so devoted to them. You understand how the divine works, how energy works, how manifestations work. You have a handbook in your head of how to play this physical reality. You can become rich if you want. You're not like that, but I think that this deity is with you currently, or wants to help give you financial abundance. And they want to help you accept that important that this deity is coming in this portion of your life whenever you're about to receive these new surprises that are going to be coming towards you. Because not that they love you more than the other deities, I'm not saying that at all, but this deity is going to specifically help you with your finances. They're going to help you get your career together, get those opportunities, but it's because they're driven, because they want to see you showered in gifts, like showered with compliments. They want to see other people in a sense worship you. It could be that they want to see your boss worship you by signing that check where you're the highest paid employee. They want you to do so good in this physical reality, but they understand with the seeker card that you don't want to accept that. And I'm telling you that this comes from an abandonment wound that I already told you that you have to heal. Know that no matter what, you'll still accept it. It's a matter of, will you be bitter about elevating fiscally, about leaving others behind that you need to leave behind? in order to elevate fiscally. I don't think that you enjoy the idea of moving away from your family, having a traveling job because you love to be rooted, you love to be stable for the people around you. But this deity is here to work with you, or this God, whoever you believe in, is trying to let you know that you deserve financial abundance. Please accept it. Spirit has to beg you to be okay to accept a bunch of money. Like, isn't that funny? Just seeing it objectively. But with the King of Control, they know that you will you will succumb to the lessons. You will accept not only financial abundance of this topic, but in general. They've worked with you before, and they know that will overcome this abandonment wound, let's say. Be okay with attention, be okay with being showered with gifts, be okay with being a figure. But it's just so happens that you're in a timeline where you're just not okay with it, but they know eventually you will be. But they're just enjoying the process. They're very, very high minded, but just like you. And then you're showing up here on the bottom. You're such a creative person, and it's funny because I feel like it comes out stoically. You're not really too expressive with your face. The words that come out of your mouth is very, very surprising. The ideas that you have is very, I was gonna say circumstantial. It's very out there. You think the impossible, and other people still think it's impossible, but then they still fall through with it, and then it comes true. But it's because you're so divine that you just deserve it to come true. Not everyone else could get away with what you get away with, especially with career, because you deserve it. So you have very outlandish ideas, but they always land. And over here with the two of moment, going over here with the generosity, once again, I feel like this relates over here to King of Control, where you're going to be learning this lesson of accepting a higher status, accepting a positive reputation, accepting the responsibilities that come with having high status and a high reputation. You know, you have to learn certain ethics, certain etiquettes. You have to be accommodating to certain people. You have to very much widen your sphere of people that you usually interact with. And over here with the generosity, you're going to find that at the end of the day, the reason why you're meant to be financially blessed in this physical reality is because you are going to be giving it away. You're going to be starting charities. You're going to be giving it back to your family. You're going to be giving it to people that you think who deserve it. Let's say, you know, like I know that Nicki Minaj, she gives back to her community so much. And one of the ways she did it was that she asked her fans to tweet out what they need help with and why they think that they deserve Nicki Minaj to cover all of their college tuition. And she covered their college tuition. It's just stuff like that. Like you're meant to do that. You're meant to be giving and charitable, but I think you don't see this coming because I think you naturally do this. You naturally do this, but you're seeing it from a low perspective at this moment where it's like, I don't want all this money. I don't need money. I'm okay being content with my lifestyle. But little do you know, you can still live your lifestyle over here. Well, kind of. It's going to have to change up a bit, but you can still live this humble lifestyle. But over here, you can at least give away the money to the people who deserve it. That was all I had for you. Loved your reading. Very high-minded person you are, and I'm seeing things from such a high perspective. It's also going to make me question the things that I do too, or the lessons I have to learn, the way I go about things too, because it came to such a simple conclusion, yet it took you all this to learn, you know? But it's not even a hard lesson to learn. That's so interesting. Okay, that was all I had for you, part two. I love y'all. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys. Oh, part three. I keep on calling you part two. I'm so sorry. Maybe you're meant to watch it. I don't know. That was not really a great reading, but I mean, it was a great reading at the. Okay. Anyway, please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye. Hello to those who've chosen part four. So there's a reason why I'm bringing this up, right? Because Spirit's telling me to bring it up. I'm just chilling. My fucking pink nails, my pink shirt, bed kinda made, my white sage candle on. Just content here talking with you. Maybe this is the kind of vibe you're in right now, or the kind of vibe that spirit wants you to embody. I feel like this is your energy because I'm tapping into it. I've noticed that in all the piles I was tapping into it, even if they were very low vibing. And I have a long, 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 long list of words and I intuitively chose the word infant for you. It's nice to see another pile like this. You have blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. You are just infinitely blessed because of your spiritual compatibility with the beings that you interact, spiritually. So it could be deities, could be Jesus, Allah, whatever you believe in. May I ask you, have you met someone who is just like you? Who is as spiritually strong, who is as spiritually competent, has spiritual knowledge, actually believes in the divine, believes in the Akashic records, believes in witchcraft, whatever it may be. Can I ask you? Because this pile is a no. You don't have someone like that. And the good news for you is you're always used to little blessings coming in. But this next blessing is you are going to meet a counterpart or like a soulmate that vibes not only at your frequency, but that believes in the same spiritual ideologies that you do too. Now, if you're religious, then it's religious ideologies. And let's say if you go to mass, if you whatever you do, like you go to a temple to worship your gods or your god, like you're gonna meet them there. This is a by chance meeting that you have no idea that is going to happen. You may, at the most, have a sense that this is coming, but you have no idea who it's going to be with. The way I'm channeling it, I'm not even channeling it as like this is going to be the next person you're going to be in a relationship with. This is going to be the one. Honestly, this is just simply a freaking soulmate. Like, they're a part of your soul tribe, and I assume they're going to be staying in your life for the rest of your life. But this is someone that you have so much spiritual compatibility with. It's insane. Like, y'all are going to be psychically linked. Y'all are going to probably have like telepathy stuff going on. Y'all are going to have life events going on that are just so similar. Whenever you two come together, paranormal activity happens, or both of y'all end up getting the same blessings at the same time. Could mean is, let's say your ex texts you and it's like, that's so weird. Like, my ex texted me, and then whenever you're with this person, like 5 minutes later, their ex texts them. It's like, that's so weird. I have not talked to them too. And like, y'all have crazy and synchronicities happen whenever y'all are apart from each other and together. Y'all are always going to keep each other in mind. Yeah, so just be ready for that, because I feel like you have never had a connection like this before. And you didn't even know this probably even possible, but it is. And then you know it's gonna come because you both are in alignment. There's this song, I think it was like on Disney Channel, and I'm getting it from this vision card, and it's called Corilla Deville. This person's coming very, 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 very soon. Like, as soon as you watch this, I'm not surprised if whenever you go outside it's gonna happen, or like within the next week, y'all. Like, they're coming in, okay? Spirit has set things in motion to where y'all are going to naturally bump each other. Y'all are going to be forced to interact. The vision and the paradox, the sad reality is, if anything, you're going to think that this person is not your soulmate and this person brings nothing but like bad luck to you or something. Because as soon as you meet them, I'm not even surprised if y'all like argue or y'all have a disagreement, or you just think like this person is really, really weird. Like, they're just not vibing with me, or this person's too boring. Basically, you have negative perceptions, but this person also has negative perceptions of you. They're also thinking this of you. And then, if anything, with the paradox, like right after meeting this person, you actually start receiving bad luck. Or let's say your manifestations, they start coming true, and it's like, what? All right, but this person is experiencing the same thing. So then you both are wondering, like, why is my life not in alignment right now? I'm really, really confused. But y'all cannot make the connection that it's not in alignment because you both have a disagreement with one another. You both don't like each other because you both aren't allowing each other to be compatible. So what that means also is, since this is such a very high potent, high vibing connection, if you both have negative resentment towards each other, just like negative feelings or animosity towards one another, it's going to cause chaos in your life, because this connection is supposed to bring nothing but good. So if you allow any preconceived notions, any gossip, anything to blind your vision of who this person actually is, and vice versa with them, how they actually see you, it's going to cause chaos in your life, because you're not meant to do that. And you are going to be forced to only focus on this connection until it's fixed. And then once it's fixed, then after that, abundance after abundance will come and all these synchronicities, whatever I told you. But at first, it's not going to start off like that. This is so funny. This is the second pile where you have a person coming in. This is an energy checkup. So what that means is that you are in alignment. Your chakras are well balanced, or you always check up on them often. I don't know what kind of system you believe in. I know there's like chi. There's probably different forms of, life force and whatever, but you're vibing high. You're doing great, but you're meant we're meant to tell you about this because you need to be prepared, because you're going to be out here meeting this person, and then this person, same thing, and then they see you negatively, same thing with you. Y'all's life is going to kind of be shitty for a bit, and it's like, why? You both don't know why, but I'm telling you why. You're probably going to be like, why is this person even myself? Like, what? Like, why is this person? This is so weird. Why am I telling you this? There's nothing wrong with the act of sex, right? It's normal to have sexual urges. With the Magic Maker card, the only way to solve this, oh my god, is by making love. You know what I mean? Allowing y'all's sexual energy to be expressed to one another. Now, I'm surprised this is even connected, because how long will it take both of y'all to realize that y'all need to, this is like y'all need to have makeup sex or something in order for everything to be aligned. Maybe this is your ex, maybe, but I'm really getting this is a new person that you have no idea about, or you definitely do not know them at all. You always walked past them. I just feel like if I was you, I wouldn't like hearing this, like I'm just throwing myself at someone I don't like. Maybe it's just bound to happen. One other interpretation, I feel like I'm stretching at this point, is the use of sexual energy. So let's say if you're a woman, you own like a vibrator, or like you masturbate. Every single time you use those things, do those things, once you hit like a climaxing point or like an orgasm, it brings you more clarity into, well, maybe I was seeing this person skeptically, I was judging this person too much on their flaws, or I was allowing other people's words or opinions to influence the way I was seeing this person, because like I actually don't know this person. I think at the end of the day, you have to realize, like, you don't know them, and you already are having preconceived thoughts about them that maybe aren't even true to their character. You're just making assumptions about them, and it's a matter of you realizing that. So either by yourself, with sexual magic, or with them, you make love to them. Yeah, that was this section is going to be, what is spirit's advice for you on how to deal with, how to elevate your energy, but I'm sure it has to do with these things. With the Eight of Ordinariness, Spirit is trying to lead you on a path of love, to explore romance and relationships, and this person is no exception, which means that their spirit team's also leading them on a path of love. I think the more skeptical you are about love is the same amount of skepticism they have too. I think y'all are such freaking mirrors. It's like insane. The issue is like you have free will. That's the issue. So they're trying to lead you on the path of love, but you always get distracted, or you straight up avoid it sometimes. But either way, you still end up going on the path, and it's like you're slowly but surely trudging on the path of love. But they do the same thing. It's been so long. I think it was predicted before that y'all were supposed to get together sooner, but y'all have been putting it off so long on like maybe learning lessons on romance, or even wanting or being open to like being romantic. And at this point, it's now time for y'all to meet. Like they're forcing y'all to meet, because y'all have not been very open, compatible with learning love lessons. So now they're kind of forcing y'all, oh, just meet already. And with this Page of Cups in reverse, that's the Trust in reverse. And they're telling you, their advice to you is to have blind faith and do things that you think that only a fool would do. What that means is blindly trust them. Take this how it resonates, but blindly have a one night stand with them. Get drunk with them one night, just start making out with, like, explore your sexual passions with this person, if this is platonic, if you truly are not interested with this person sexually, what this could be is like as soon as you meet them and as soon as you take off like these bias glasses towards them, you realizing they can help you find love. You don't have to make out with them or whatever, but you know other people that so happen to be your type, or vice versa with you. So you introduce them to whoever they like, and they introduce whoever like y'all match make for each other. Y'all are so open about y'all's love lives with each other. Let's say if y'all have questions about like, oh, like do I have an STD or am I pregnant? Like you can definitely go to this person because this person will always like be attentive and there for you to help you out with emotional issues that come up whenever it comes to love and relationships. But I feel like you don't have anyone like this person. Like you don't have anyone that you can, if you get a pregnancy scare, you don't have anyone to rely on. You don't have anyone to vent to just be emotionally vulnerable, like 100% naked. Like it doesn't have, it could be me physically because I totally sleep with them, but or well, that you're going to. It could also be like emotionally, you know, naked. It's scary being like that, especially in reverse. I don't think you like the idea of that, but they don't too. But the more y'all are emotionally naked with each other, y'all are going to realize that y'all's home. Y'all are the safest people to be open with. No one can ever replace that. Even if you are not meant to be together in this lifetime and you're meant to be with another person, or same thing with them, find another partner. No offense to the other partners, but they can never replace the bond that you two have. The amount of trust and the psychic connection. Y'all have a hardcore psychic spiritual connection that they can't break. So I'm not surprised if in the future, if for some reason y'all are not meant to be in each other's like lives as partners, y'all are definitely gonna be best friends. And I can definitely see jealousy coming out of it for other partners. Let's say other partners want in the friendship with each other, but y'all are never gonna do that. But it's because who in the world has this blind emotional vulnerableness and being nakedness with each other without it leading to sex, without it leading, but at the same time, that's people allowing societal preconceptions, toxic patterns that they know of to cloud and taint their judgment on this beautiful, divine, unconditional loving connection, which at first y'all two did yourselves. But once y'all overcame that, then y'all just unconditionally love each other. But it's hard for other people who have never received this kind of unconditional love like how you two have experienced for it to be real. But since you two know that it's real, before this y'all would have never known that unconditional love was real. But now you know it's real. But it's only because y'all two have this connection. Y'all are not meant to be. The only way for a partner to be okay with y'all's connection and be accepting of both of y'all unconditionally is for them to also have a connection like this, you know? But regardless, honestly, I'm getting that this is the next person you're going to be in a relationship to be honest. I'm just really getting that. So yeah, they're telling you to go balls to walls, go wilds, do what others would deem as stupid, like go ahead and be boyfriend and girlfriend like within the first 2 weeks, and then after that slowly get to know them, because you'd be surprised how well this works out. And definitely for this portion of your life, which is probably like for the next few years or so, you're meant to learn lessons from this person. This person's meant to learn lessons from you, and y'all are just very compatible and y'all are really psychically linked. The only issue is uh like over here having negative emotions taint the connection, because whenever you have that, even if you're hiding it from the other person, you both start experiencing bad luck or bad karma. So then you both have to work it out, and it's that way it can balance out. Y'all can't really hide anything from each other because it always ends up having to come out unless y'all are gonna have unbalanced lives from then on out. Just feels like a very freaking powerful psychic connection. But honestly, I'm not saying that this is like the one, to be honest, or this is, but at the same time, love is built based off of like lasting the test of time. Love isn't built on like honestly how y'all are doing it, where y'all are just throwing yourselves in sexual passions or allowing yourselves to indulge in that. It's built in like how I was explaining. before, and being there for each other in your low times, being emotionally vulnerable. You can, no one can replace this person. That's how you find the one, and maybe that's how you're meant to find the one with this person. Maybe this is the one for you, but maybe I'm just allowing my bias of the one to be clouded. With whenever the concept of the one, I'm thinking like it's love at first sight, but I know love at first sight does not exist for everybody. So I'm just letting you know that even I come from a biased perspective, okay? But you take this for what you will. I did tell you the message that you certainly needed to hear. So that's all I have for you. Paw 4, good luck. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye. Hello to those who've chosen pile 5, last pile. Over here is about your energy, where it's at right now in your current timeline. These 3 cards are going to be spirit advice on how to elevate your energy. I have a very long list of words, and I intuitively chose 2 for you, and I specifically got 111, and the other one was on to the next one. But I was getting that those 2 phrases are stuck like glue. I'm getting to start over here on the bottom with this beautiful cat. It just so happened that whenever I was putting down the cards, it was right below this Ace of Pentacles, which is like a beautiful, colorful card too. You are so stunning and gorgeous, Pal 5. I'm sure you've heard that a lot though. You are so charming, like physically. You're so witty. Your personality is so whimsical. You really give off. This cat card is just these colorful, adorable. In a sense, the word chilly also goes with you, these kind of vibes. So, what I mean by that is maybe in the summer you really upplay your colorfulness. Maybe whenever it comes to the cool times, like the winter time, you really add like black into it. You add a little bit more eyeliner. You make things a little bit more darker, dramatic in your looks. I think your wardrobe looks like you experiment a lot with it, but it goes just along with your personality. Your personality, no one can pinpoint it. You are a kind person, but you can also be kind of scary. But then you can also be kind of interesting, but then you can also just be to yourself and people can perceive you as boring. You have a very random sense of self, like a very random personality. And it just so happens that whoever decides to meet you in a certain circumstance will get a certain personality out of you. If you're with people that you're comfortable, maybe you're gonna be happy or boastful. If they're a stranger to you, you're just gonna be very quiet and distant and reserved. There are many gray areas for you that people, like, a lot of exceptions have to be made for you. I'm not surprised if others who look at you from the outside think that you're high maintenance. If they were to have a connection with you, it would have to be high maintenance because you require a certain amount of attention, a certain amount of depth too. You don't like superficial relationships, definitely. You like very interesting people. They think that you have very high standards for the people that you tolerate around you. At the same time, you also come off as someone who will easily let go of someone. Like if you outgrow someone because you're too immature, or like they're maturing too fast, or you're maturing too fast, it's okay to let them go. And then maybe some other time in life, maybe y'all are meant to be back to each other. You just feel very iffy to other people. And I don't know why I'm getting that with your energy level, because in general, it's so funny because your energy level, you just seem like such a creative person, creative personality. Just you exude the word creativity. You have mastered how to express your sexual potency out into the world. What that means is that I think that you've mastered, let's say you walk into the room and everyone has to look, it's because of your aura. It's not just because you're beautiful. It's not just because of your makeup. It's because of the way you hold yourself. It's because of your sense of self. There's a lot more stable qualities to you that I'm seeing, and that spirit knows that you have. How others see you, this is the issue that is coming up over here with this energy checkup that I have to let you know about. There's nothing wrong about who you are. Like, if anything, keep on doing this. It's okay for people to see you in a polarizing way. It's okay for people to have certain judgments about you, even if it's good, even if it's bad. I think that you love it. I think that you love getting attention from people. and you love getting equal amount of good and bad attention. And I don't know why you need that bad attention. To others, even people who know you, you seem like a chaotic mess, but I'm not gonna lie. I think that there's a lot more structure, nuance to you that others around you don't appreciate. I feel like you aren't surrounded by others who fully accept you for who you are. But and then the question is, why don't you surround yourself with others like you? You like to be around people who are the opposite of you, which could be very stable, very reserved. If they do have a nature like you, they express it in a malefic way, self sabotaging way, a toxic way. That's why others view you as always forever changeable, you're not very stable, have a hard time connecting with reality or something like that, or you will love just meditating. Like if you could, you would just live in a meditative state. That's how others kind of view you. Too much, you're too whimsical, you're not that stable. When I think you actually are, but the question is, why are you allowing this image of you to continue to be projected that others perceive of you, that's wrong? I think you like the fact that people see you wrong. You don't like correcting it. It's fun. It's fun to you. It's kind of comical to you. It's like I only know myself and it's funny, but in a sense, Spirit's telling you that that's wrong. You should have a sense of self, which you do, but you don't show it to others. I think that you need to make others respect who you are. You need to put a lot more boundaries and be very stern about whenever people make, let's say, like sly comments about you. You in your head, you're just like, man, little does this person know they're completely wrong, but I don't even care what they think about me. But the reality is you need to check them. You need to tell them. The last thing Spirit wants you to do is change up who you are, but it's more of change up who's around you. I don't think you're around the best people, Pop 5. You feel like a very extroverted person, by the way. Love the attention, but why don't you get constant a stream of attention to people who you're close with, right? For people who are high vibing, people who actually care for your well-being, or who will actually check you. I think that you're not surprised if you're surrounded by a bunch of like yes people. But this is like the harsh reality though there with the Ace of Pentacles. That's the harsh reality, is that yes, you could care less about what others think of you, but maybe you should start caring. Especially if you're extroverted, it makes no sense. There's a cognitive dissonance there, that kind of attitude. And over here with the change card is that's a lesson you're going to have to learn coming up. And the issue is that it's just the start of this lesson. But soon after, you're going to start reevaluating your personality itself. Like, why am I like this? And I think you're going to connect to like your childhood. I think that you've had a long period of time where you have not done any self work or self healing. And with this change card there, once you start reanalyzing the image that you project on society, you're going to start naturally being in depth to, why am I even like this? Why do other people turn out stable? Why did I turn out like this? And you're going to find the answers, and I don't think you're going to like it at all. If anything, I see you right now in an up part. You know how there's like ups and downs in life? I see you in the up, and you're just about to go all the way down there. But then eventually you're going to have an up. But I'm just letting you know it's because you're processing and cycling through traumas and specifically toxic behavior patterns that you choose to enable. It's a matter of you reevaluating your image and making a change on it. But there's something about you that's really, really good with time, is what I'm getting. You know how I told you 111 and on to the next one are stuck like glue? You don't really need a timer whenever you're baking stuff or whenever you're cooking something. Like you automatically know the time. Like you're just really freaking good with time. So these two words or these two phrases have came together to tell you the reason why you're going to be having such a difficult time is because you're finally realizing that there is a method to your madness, and for so long, you've been accepting that you are just the way you are. But there's a reason why we come out a certain way. Like, I have a feisty personality, but there's a reason why I'm feisty, you know? other people can be very calm passive. There's a reason why they are. It's just going to help you mature and become more one with yourself. Let's say if you struggle with anxiety, you're going to realize the physical symptoms you unconsciously portray right before you get an anxiety attack. And it's a matter of you being in tune with your body and realizing those signs and stopping it from, or like preventing it from happening. Like little stuff like that about you, you're getting more in tune with yourself. This feels like a very beautiful realization from spirit's eyes, but to you, it's going to be like kind of monumental. You know, the tower card. I don't even know if this is the tower. I don't think it's a tower card, but it's giving me that kind of vibe. Let's say chaos magic. I think you would do so amazing with that, but it's because that's like your personality. You're just very random. You don't like putting a label to yourself. Not surprised if you identify as like non binary or you don't like pronouns. You're very unconventional. Because of that, you have to deal with the cost of being unconventional, which is finding the method to your madness. Ugh, like I'm so chaotic. This sucks, but I love being chaotic. I'm going to still always embody this. But it's just a matter of you accepting the reason why you're chaotic, how it came from in childhood, and now handling it in a mature way, approaching things in a mature perspective, in a higher perspective, in a spiritual perspective. But I can still have this chaotic side to me. Like it's okay. I don't need to be structured. I don't need to still conform to society specifically. I can still be myself, but the way I've been going about things recently or for the past few years, I've just been childish or I have been refusing to do any ounce of self reflection. And now it's your time to start doing it. If the wheels are supposed to signify you working on yourself, on your spiritual growth, they are rusty, dusty, disgusting, have rat droppings on them. They are just disgusting. So now you have to clean the wheels first, which just sucks already. It's disgusting. And then actually you have to figure out how they work again because you haven't done it in so long. Now it's a different way of working because you're chaotic. That's the issue. You're not structured. Every single time you want the wheels to work, it has to be a very different, unconventional way. It's the way you got to do things. Sorry, it's the way you were born in this life. It's the way you want to. You wouldn't choose to do it any other way. You wouldn't even want to be structured, honestly. Which is, it's all good, but I'm just saying, it's going to be harder. And I'm getting specifically the phrase over here with these two. It's spiritual enlightenment to the max. Over here, this is actually the soulmates card in this deck, and I think that is the spirit guides around you or your ancestors, and they're looking down at you, but not in a pitiful way, not in any negative way. They're looking at you and they're seeing you be in this down state. You know how I told you you're not gonna have a good time here once you start realizing stuff. They're being so gentle and kind with you and slowly but surely urging you to come out of that state. And I'm getting the analogy of like a pimple popping. You have to be very gentle, you have to be very patient for that pimple to come out. But when it comes out, it kind of bursts out. And that's how they're kind of treating you throughout this whole process when you're on your down period. Very delicately, a kind heart, and they love you so much. They just want the best for you. Yet they still have a hands-off approach to you. I'm not surprised if during this time, if you're not going to have too much connection with the divine, or you're going to find that you can only connect with your spirit guides or whoever you work with at the most 30 seconds. And it kind of sucks because it's like, oh, I really want y'all's divine love because I'm really going through this, but they're helping you in other ways in this physical reality, not just the spiritual. So I guess that's another way to let you know that they're always there for you. And over here with the five outsiders, the reason why they're being distant, the reason why they want a hands-off approach is because you have to finally learn, Power Five, have to how to unlock this lock. Ironically, this is the Five of Pentacles, which is a five, but like this kid is pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling on the, but that's not, it's not it. You need to find the key. And I think you pulling and pulling is just you being in denial, not wanting to accept, just being okay with where you're at. It's all up to you for it to want to elevate, to be able to grow. And once you unlock this door and you're able to really open it the way that it's supposed to be done, then you're going to enter into a different stage in your life, with a bunch of beauty, with a bunch of abundance, and just a whole new perception on life. And you're just ready to take on the new people to enter into your life. career opportunities, whatever it may be. But I'm getting specifically this about relationships and about your personality and how you connect with yourself. It's going to be totally different, but you're going to love it. You're going to love it so much. And throughout this whole process, you're definitely not going to lose your sense of self. You're not going to change who you are. And spirit doesn't want that. They just want you to realize that you can still heal and learn your personality. You just need to master it. I think that's basically it. So this is going to be Spirit's advice on how to elevate your energy. Well, I just saw Orb right now, so haven't seen those in a while. There is a matriarchal figure in your family line that you need to connect to. But I'm getting that you need to spiritually connect to. This could be someone who has already passed on. If you connect with them spiritually, they can definitely help you out with this healing of your childhood wounds because I feel like they are in a sense linked to it. It could be maybe in their past they also went through the same thing or they had the similar personality as you. Maybe that's why they're able to help. Or maybe they're part of these traumas. I don't know, but you need to tap into them. They're readily able to help you. They want to help you. They're saying to you because you're coming up as the awareness card and they're saying to you that there is beauty in the disguise but it's disgusting to look at. And I think that's how people perceive you. You know how I told you the way people perceive you? I think that's the best way to encompass it. You are physically a beautiful person, honestly, or like your aura is stunning. But there's something off about you, or there's something yet unappealing. Like the more people get to know your personality or something, because you come off as very, very like flighty or you can't be trusted because you're gonna want to do your own thing. To this matriarchal person, they can definitely see your potential, who the woman or the man you're really supposed to turn out to be, and they want to guide you to get there. But ironically, you know how I told you you might like to surround yourself with the people opposite of you? This is someone who is actually very organized and structured, likes to do things by the book. And that's exactly what you need, especially with the Five of Outsiders. I was getting that you can't beat around the bush. Like you need to like follow the orders, like follow the rules, follow the steps before you can achieve a greater sense of alignment and an elevated lifestyle that is the most beneficial for you. I think that this is just you maturing, to be honest. They're ready to help you out every step of the way. I think what'll be so fucking touching is if this is your mother who passed away. Because it's like, I'm sorry I'm not there for you physically, but I'll always be there for you spiritually. That is so gorgeous. The thought of, I'm sure there's a reason why I said that, but I don't know who that's going to resonate with. That quote, like, there's beauty in the disguise, but it's disgusting to watch. I think that when you become elevated and you improve yourself, way more self aware about yourself, how you come up to people, you can't help but draw polarizing opinions. So people are still going to view you like this. But with the expression card, I think something that you're going to get out of, especially if you work with this matriarchal figure, is like a new hobby that's used to express yourself. It could be you start doing poems and then you go to those gatherings. You know how whenever people talk with their poems, the microphone on the stage, it could be that. It could be you start songwriting. It could be you start wanting to learn how to dance. Like this is not sports. This is that kind of creative fields and that, or you start making clothing, but this clothing has jab at, let's say, like the patriarchy, or takes a jab at the government. Whenever you make certain clothings, it's used to donate to charities about something bad happening like on the other side of the world that no one has absolutely no idea about, but you're raising awareness. You can still relay your message, that because you don't want to be societally conventional, your societally unconventional way of expressing yourself, but through like a business matter. I think that you're actually going to get money out of this, or you're going to get like a large following from this. It's just something about your reputation is going to elevate, can help it elevate, or it's either financial abundance from it. So I don't know which one's gonna lead to. But I can definitely just honestly picture this as like a side hustle. Don't think that this is going to turn out as like your career. I think this is either going to be momentary, as in it's only going to last a few years, that you're going to be very interested in it, especially because you're chaotic. Like you always end up changing it up. Or this will just be a long-standing side hustle that you'll always want to indulge in. But it's only because it's a way of expressing yourself positively. This matriarchal figure gave you a vision or gave you premonition, insight into the fact that you could use this for good. But it feels like a very unique idea or something you have not thought of. But it makes people realize that you're actually more stable than what they would assume. That's all I have for you. Very interesting reading. I wish nothing but the best for you, Pop 5. Good luck. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye.